A verse-by-verse study in the Book of James, ESV, with Irv Risch. Survey of James. Book type: one of the New Testament's general epistles, the 20th book of the New Testament, the 59th book of the Bible. Author: James, the half-brother of Jesus, as identified in James 1 verse 1. James was known as a pillar of the faith, Galatians 2 verse 9. James was also the brother of Jude, the author of the book of Jude, Matthew 13 verse 55, Mark 6 verse 3. The speech given by James in Acts 15 is similar to the points made in this letter. Additional church traditions credit this book to the half-brother of Jesus Christ. Tradition says James died in AD 62 as a martyr for the faith. Audience: as a general epistle, James was written to the 12 tribes in the dispersion, James 1 verse 1. The context indicates the audience was Jewish Christians throughout the Roman Empire and beyond. These believers would be encouraged by a letter from the leader of the Jerusalem church and half-brother of Jesus Christ. These believers faced various trials, James 1 verse 2, and needed encouragement to live out the full expression of the gospel, James 1 verse 22. Date: the book of James would have been written prior to his death in AD 62. This letter makes no mention of the Jerusalem Council, Acts 15, which occurred around AD 49. As a result, many believe James was written between AD 44 and 49. However, any time between the AD 40s and AD 62 is possible. This opens the possibility for James to be the earliest written book of the New Testament. Overview: the 5 chapters of James address many smaller teaching sections, which can be grouped in many different ways. However, 5 key themes can be identified. The first theme involves enduring trials, James 1 verses 1 to 18. James teaches his readers to endure trials with joy, James 1 verses 2 to 4, asking God for wisdom, James 1 verses 5 to 8, with the right perspective, James 1 verses 9 to 11. Believers must also understand the power of temptation, James 1 verses 12 to 15, and be thankful for God's goodness, James 1 verses 16 to 18. The second section focuses on living out God's truth, James 1:19 to 2:26. This includes handling anger well, James 1 verses 19 to 21, being actual doers of God's words, James 1 verses 22 to 27, not showing favoritism, James 2 verses 1 to 13, and showing faith by righteous actions, James 2 verses 14 to 26. The third section focuses on wisdom and controlling one's words, James 3. The tongue is said to be powerful, yet also dangerous, James 3 verses 1 to 12. James also distinguishes between heavenly and human wisdom, James 3 verses 13 to 18. The fourth section emphasizes humility, chapter 4. Many live opposed to the Lord as his enemy, James 4 verses 1 to 6. In contrast, believers are to draw near to God and humble themselves before him so they may be lifted up, James 4 verses 7 to 17. The fifth section emphasizes patience and prayer, James 5. James speaks against rich oppressors, James 5 verses 1 to 6, extols patience, James 5 verses 7 to 12, encourages faithful prayer, James 5 verses 13 to 18, and teaches the need to show love to those in error, James 5 verses 19 to 20. Key verses, ESV. James 1 verses 2 to 3, Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. James 1 verse 19, Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. James 2 verses 17 to 18, So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. But someone will say, You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith apart from your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. James 3 verse 5, So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. James 5 verse 16, Therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another, that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. End of chapter. The survey on the book of James. Please note: the material use in this video is from BibleRef.com, which is from Got Questions Ministries, and is posted here to be read by immersive reader in the Edge browser. If you copy this material, please follow these rules. Content from BibleRef.com may not be used for any commercial purposes, or as part of any commercial work, without explicit prior written consent from Got Questions Ministries. Any use of our material should be properly credited. Please make it clear the content is from BibleRef.com. BibleRef.com content may not be altered, modified, or otherwise changed unless such changes are specifically noted.